When someone passes, where do they go? Gone forever, or can they show? What if you could find someone between to bridge the gap of those unseen?
I see departed souls, and I'm able to communicate with them. I get messages from beyond, from your lost loved ones. You may be surprised at what they have to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, the people's medium, Michele Livingston. Hey, Michele.
Hi.
How are you, sweetheart?
How are you on the West Coast, John?
Doing good. It's getting a little nippy over here, but we're doing pretty good. I'm sure it's freezing over there in Pennsylvania.
So, what's nippy in California?
50s, 60s. That's nippy for us.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing here.
I'm sure. Can't complain too much, right?
Oh,
I'm wearing a hoodie, that's for sure. So it's definitely got a little warmer. Warmer in the studio anyway, because it's freezing outside for me.
Oh, I know. Well, it's been windy here in central PA, so really, really windy. So we're hunkering down for Turkey Day.
Well, we're in fall.
Turkey. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's good to be back on, and I had a wonderful seminar.
I bet you did. I heard so much great things about it on Facebook.
Yeah, last Sunday, and honestly, people came up to me and they wanted to know more about you.
Oh, that's crazy.
They said that you have a fantastic voice.
Aww.
They said, when is he going to get a contract in Hollywood? I said, I don't know.
Well, that's all thanks to you doing the promotion for me, Michele. I really appreciate you putting it out there, and that's so sweet of you. And if it's meant to be, it'll happen. You know, I'm just not one for competition, so that's why I haven't done The Voice and those kind of shows. I'm just more about getting my voice out there through SoundCloud and the different
Well, I'll tell you, it's an amazing voice.
Well,
and I just want to say there are a few people that have crushes on you, John.
Oh.
From your voice. One lady said he's handsome and he can sing like an angel. I thought, oh boy, here we go.
Well, I want to hear more about what happened with you in the seminar. So tell me.
No, it was a great day. It was a full house, and my co-host and I work fairly well together. Jen Shade, I love her. Yes, from the morning drive time show. It's 105.7. The X, it's the People's Morning Show. So we kind of take turns and we share things, and people were asking questions, and I did random readings. It was a wonderful, wonderful afternoon.
Oh,
Hershey
great.
always sells out.
Yeah.
PA.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was great. There are so many people now, especially with the world condition and, well, our nation, let's put it that way, that want answers to their own spiritual journey.
Right.
They really do. So I find that quite interesting. They want to know if they're on the right path,
Sure.
if they're doing their soul purpose. And not only just right now in the moment, but what is beyond? Not the future, but what is beyond this lifetime.
Right.
So those are the things we get into. And yeah, no headphones tonight. I just have to say.
I see that. You always look beautiful. You always look beautiful, but I like seeing your full hair and everything without that headset obscuring everything. So yeah.
Between you, John, and my husband, John, we got this.
We did. Yeah, John's amazing. So yes.
Yeah, got this worked out.
Great. Well, it's always a pleasure to do this show with you. I look forward to it every week. And I know that today we're going to be talking about gratitude, being that Thanksgiving, it should be an attitude of gratitude each day, but Thanksgiving especially, and how that leads to conscious manifestation.
Yes, it is a time to count blessings. And when I write down my conscious manifestations, my book Messages from Beyond has many positive affirmations. But anything you put in the now context, the universe or the creator will bring it to you. It will be expedited. So how I make the list, and this is for listeners that want to know if they want something that they right now can't achieve, you can attract it through saying this or writing this down.
Okay.
I am now very happy and grateful for, and you just fill in the blank. You can make your list up to 20-some things. So if you want something, put it in the now context.
Okay.
I am now very happy and grateful for my new home. I am now very happy and grateful for my excellent health. I am now very happy and grateful for prosperity, and on it goes. My new friends. You can make the list as long as you want. And what I have done in the past, and I'm telling you, it works, is read it into my CD recorder, and then I listen to it. I listen to it, and it gets into the unconscious.
Yeah.
And thoughts, John, are things.
Right.
And then that produces energy.
Right.
So on the one hand, guard your thoughts, but on the other, anything that you would like, put it in now context. So I hope people that are listening and watching are writing that down.
So energy flows where attention goes.
That's right.
Okay, got it.
And it's very important, with everything that's going on in our country and other things too. People have been getting themselves down lately.
Oh, I know. Well, I feel that very strongly in the energy. I was doing pretty good up until the last couple of days, and I think it's because I've been reading a lot about what's going on, and there's so much misinformation out there and so much sensationalized articles and so much disinformation, if you want to say, which is propaganda or however you want to put it, that's out there. And it's really it's alarming to see the extremes. And so I think I put it out on my Facebook a couple weeks ago, something about, it's important for us to focus on what we want, not what we don't want, because we will attract those things that we put our attention on. So that's what we're talking about today, really. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And when especially empathic people, like you and me, for example, and there are many, many out there, they feel energy and they don't understand why their moods are going up and down.
Yeah. And
they have mood swings. So to stabilize your moods, you really need to be conscious about your thinking. I personally don't watch the news. I get too upset.
Yeah.
I don't watch horror movies. I try to be in a Zen zone.
Yeah.
That's a new coin.
A phrase for you?
Phrase.
Make the T-shirt.
Zen zone.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
The
Zen zone. I love that too. It's really good.
So when you're in that place of inner peace, what's happening externally, you're not imbibing it like a sponge.
Right.
You're deflecting it. So it's not a matter of shrinking from the world, but it is a matter of protection.
Right. Yeah, and
Absolutely.
and taking that information in, there's so many articles now. Facebook has become more of a news source that you have to be very careful of the legitimacy of these articles, and so much of what's being distributed, and then then people get all riled up, and then these discussions are going on, and it's just it's very uncertain times right now, but it's very important for us to really look at who we are in this world and what we're contributing to it, because it really does start with us.
It can be very confusing too. It throws you off kilter when you read all these different things and listen to the news. So just stand your ground out there.
Right.
And so every morning when I get up, I count my blessings. I really do. There's so much to be thankful for in life. And some clients say, well, how do I start? And I tell them, first of all, the first part of this list is what you are truly thankful for that you have in the moment. And the next part of the list is what you want. Again, put it into now context.
Right.
It's fascinating. So I don't know if you've ever tried that, John, if it's come to you with abundance or with other things. If you put it that way, if you write it that way, but it's very powerful.
Yes,
very powerful.
It is. And like we were saying, the attitude of gratitude is really just recognizing throughout your day that there's so many things, like you said, to be grateful for, but going around really in your mind even just saying thank you whenever you feel grateful for something, whenever you feel, you're eating something good, or you're watching, you're comfortable at your place, or, you're spending good time with friends or what have you. Just say you're grateful for that, even in your mind, or express it to the person. And more of the same will come into your life, is what the law of attraction says. Is that correct?
And yes, and happiness starts within. We all know that.
So much of it's linked to our emotion, right?
Yeah. So when we're sending out positive thoughts to others daily,
Yeah.
And it's sometimes difficult, I know, when you're in the workplace and your coworkers are depressed or someone's going through
Yeah.
a divorce and so on. And many people want to help other people, so they tend to give. So what they do is, as they're giving, they're also imbibing the negative. So again, protection is important.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to protect. So as you go about your day, just think, I'm happy. You go to work, I love that person, even if you're having some stress with them.
Right.
Send love out. Really, send good thoughts out. So I hope everyone tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day, and every day, like you said, really stop and think what they're grateful for. There's so much to be grateful for.
Yeah.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you wake up breathing is something to be grateful for. But then people
Yeah,
look at like, well, now that I'm breathing, now I got to face all these hardships. But, just be grateful for the things that you're learning through this process. And it's not always easy to discover what those are until you're on the other side of it. But, just trust that the universe is working on your behalf.
Exactly. Sit up in the morning, put your feet on the floor, and
Yeah.
you're blessed.
Yeah.
It's another day. It's a gift.
Yeah. I also learned that there's no way or no problem that we can get ourselves out of by giving. So basically what that means is that we can continue to give what it is that we need, and that we receive that by the action of giving it. Have you heard about?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's sort of like,
And it comes full circle, but explain that a little more, John.
Well, it's sort of like if you are wanting to have, so let's say, okay, let me give an example for Thanksgiving. You're going through a hard time, you're depressed. So I think a good thing that you can do to give yourself out of that depression is to go to a place where there's people less fortunate than you, and be able to give to them in the sense of, either monetarily, with a meal, with, what have you. But in the action of giving is a way of raising your vibration and getting out of that, because the law of reciprocity is that God will, or spirit, or whoever will bless you from the fact that you have given to another. So it's the law of reciprocity, which is one of the laws that I love the most, because you can't be cheated out of that. So even if you see somebody on the street, then you're like, I don't want to give them money because I don't know what they're going to do with it. It's really not up to us to decide what they're going to do with it. We just give from our heart, and we know that we'll be blessed, for giving.
That is true. That is true. And people that are depressed, go to soup kitchens.
Yeah.
I have a friend that's going to a shelter for Thanksgiving to help with the food and to hand out the food. So it's a matter of compassion for other people.
Yeah.
And kindness and so on. So the more we give, it just seems the more peace we have, really. Yeah. But we also need to honor ourselves.
Right.
Sometimes I get emails about this too. How do I have a balance between giving to everybody and also loving self, bringing it into self?
Yes.
So to bring it into self is to do more of the things that you enjoy. You enjoy doing. I know you enjoy singing, and I enjoy my artwork.
Yeah.
I need to start painting more.
Yes.
That's for sure.
It's such a release, isn't it? It really is. And then, like I told you lately now, playing piano has been such a release for me. I don't even know what that's all about, but it's just been such an incredible, tranquil experience. Peaceful meditation for me is just to trust and surrender, and just trust that I'm going to play what I need to hear. And
you keep your eyes closed.
I do. My eyes are closed the whole time, and it's beautiful what's coming out. So that's what I mean by having communion with spirit, because I know that there's no way I could be doing that on my own. I just know it. There's just no way. But I want to mention that the chat room is open here on Channel 2. And in fact, people are already sending messages. And Teresa in Delaware says, we're beyond grateful for Michele. Her light just radiates from her. So there you go, sweetie. There.
Thank you so much. Teresa.
Oh, so yeah. So,
bless you.
So I just want to let people know that they can call in as well. The phone number here is 323-649-8268. Again, 323-649-8268. And the chat room, ubnradio.com on Channel 2. So go on your computers, type in ubnradio.com. You'll have a login there for your social media, and then we'll put you right in the chat room, and you'll be able to send comments to us, and we'll do our best to interject.
And if you're on your cell phone, somebody emailed me today.
Yes.
They can't pick up the chat room. You just said you're getting a new app eventually.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, we're working on a new app, and hopefully that will integrate chat so that, all be an inclusive experience. But for now, if you want to chat, it's best to do it on your computer while you're watching. Facebook Live, we do not see the comments until after the show, and Michele goes back and responds to them all individually, which is such a incredible thing to do.
I had a lady at the seminar on Sunday say, "Gee, I'm on hold the whole hour and I'm watching you on your fan page." And I said, "Honey, I'm not seeing any of the comments on there until after. But if you post anything, I'll answer you."
Yeah, and on Facebook, and that's one of the great things about Michele is that she doesn't need to be connected to you on the phone to give you a reading. A lot of the mediums do. They need to hear your voice for that connection. But Michele can do it just through the chat room, which is very powerful. So if we'll do our best to take the folks who are too shy to call in, we'll try to give those folks in the chat room a reading. It's a little difficult sometimes with that because of the delay in the confirmation back and forth. So I think that's a lot of the reasons that the mediums prefer to have people on the phone, is because it's constant validation and clarification.
Yes,
that's going on.
And comes out very quickly.
Yes. So, but it is live tonight, Leanne. I'm seeing these chat messages right now, and yes, we are live. It is.
Hi, Leanne.
It's November 23rd, and it's 4 o'clock here on the Pacific Coast, and Michele is on the East Coast in Pennsylvania. So.
And you're still with daylight, aren't you, John?
We're daylight time. Yeah, we are. So I just wanted to give people the number again. That is 323-649-8268. The lines are starting to fill up. 323-649-8268. You can call in with the question. You can call in for a brief free mini reading. I always have to specify that it's free, because people are like, "How much does it cost?" And I'm like, no, these are free mini readings. But Michele does offer in-depth sessions through her website at michelivingston.com. And her books are also available, and several that we're...
Michele, 1L.
Yes, exactly. That's 1L. So Michele Livingston, Livingston.com. And you can look at her beautiful artwork there as well.
Yes. Those are the scenes that people receive soul portraits at the beginning of their readings. So our webmaster digitizes them. And if you look under soul portraits on my website, you'll see beautiful renditions, and they're all different. It's interesting.
Yeah, I went through and I looked at some. There's some that are even out of this world, and I mean literally out of this world with extraterrestrials. So so that's really cool. So they're very scenic, and very symbolic. Yeah,
they are.
Yeah.
Colors are beautiful. People use them to meditate with, John.
Wow, I can see that for sure. I got to get you in Second Life and explore that virtual world. I think you'll just love it, because being an artist and being able to see your art come to life in that world is pretty incredible. So I'll have to give you a tour of that sometime. So
please do.
Yes, I think you will really love it. And there's some really beautiful places that you can go that play meditation music, and then you just see all this beautiful artwork, and you are in an immersive world. It's really quite incredible. All right,
we need more of that.
Yes, we do. So, okay, we got the phone lines. We got at least 10 people that are filling the lines right now. So let's go ahead and go to our first caller, 717. Are you ready, Michele?
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. We got Julie on the line from 717. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Michele, do you hear okay?
Is it Julia or Julie?
Julie.
Hi, Julie. What would your question be? You ready for Thanksgiving, Julie?
As ready as I'm going to be.
I know. Me too. What will your question be for me, my dear?
I want to know if my father is trying to reach out to me. He collected dimes and all silver, but I keep finding dimes and pennies, and the dates on them are either the year he passed or someone in the family, a birth. And I just wonder if he's trying to reach out to me.
He's definitely doing that. I don't know if you've heard me say this before, Julie, but a penny means you're number one to the soul sending it down. And the dime in numerology, of course, goes back to 1. So the most frequent coins found are pennies and dimes. And I'm glad you look at the year and the date, whatever. It will always have some significance. People keep them. And I have a friend, Jen.
I keep mine.
I have a friend, Jen, who even puts them in necklaces for people. Yeah, that's your dad. Well, let me get your daddy through. I think he's here. This is a salt of the earth kind of man, Julie. I'm not getting any soul projecting in a suit, that's for sure. And he says, honey, I love you. He says, there is a lot to be thankful for. And he says, I was so thankful for you. That's how he says it when you came along. Dad, and I do say this sometimes, they're not always our spirit guides, Julie, but he is trained to be your helper. So he watches out for you. And also the car. Sometimes our minds drift behind the wheel. Please stay in the moment when you're driving. Would you please, Julie? Are you with me? And he calls you his jewel. He calls you his jewel, sweetheart. He liked to eat. He's tugging at his belt.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. And he says the downside of heaven is you can't eat, you can't drink. But he'll be with you tomorrow at the table, sweetheart. And he liked everything. So I want to say, does somebody make stuffing in a special way? Or filling, we call it, Julie?
Yes, my mother.
I don't know if she makes it in
a special way.
She makes it in the bird or out of the bird. But Dad says he's
both.
Really, he's going to be there watching. I also have a grandmother for you, Julie. She's a precious lady, and she is talking about old recipes, of course, and how to cook the bird, how to stir the gravy, and what's the cranberry issue? Do you not like cranberry? Or does your mother? You don't?
No, I don't. We don't have cranberry at all. We've never had cranberry that I know of.
It's just funny. It's just her way of saying it's, where's the cranberry? I get a kick out of her. And also, who is the younger male who has a son, sweetheart, or a grandson in family?
I recently just had a grandson, 2 grandsons. I was blessed with twins, boy and girl, and a grandson.
Your father watches out for the babies, for the grandchildren, but especially the one grandson, okay, that's separate from the twins, all right? And
his name Josh?
I was going to say John. There is a request here from your dad. Someone else is going to have a baby boy. Mark these words. I'm not quite sure the time frame. When that happens, would you take your dad's first name, if you haven't already, for a grandson and use it as the child's middle name? Could you do that in honor of your dad?
I could do that, but I already had a nephew who passed, whose middle name was my dad.
In honor of your dad? It could be done again. If you indeed have a nephew pass, then he's coming through, sweetheart. Because your dad's making a big deal about taking his name and putting it into a middle name. And I do have to say, your nephew's here. Your nephew's here. I hope you're spending it with his parents or one of his parents tomorrow, Thanksgiving. He says, hi, Aunt Julie. He says, I want you to know I've made it. Tell them I love them. They're having a real hard time with your nephew's passing. Everybody does have a hard time. I feel fairly quickly, sweetie pie, with him. And he tried to go the right path, Julie. This is your nephew. How old was he, your nephew?
24.
He tried to go the right path. He didn't want to let anybody down in family. I know a lot of prayers were sent up for him. But he was welcomed with open arms. When I say the right path, he really tried to get himself together, if that makes sense. He was a bright person.
Okay.
He was a very bright boy. Are you going to say hello to his parents tomorrow on Thanksgiving?
Yes, I will. I actually had 2 nephews who passed.
Oh. Do you have a sister, sweetheart?
Yes, I do.
Is one of her sons passed, your sister?
Both of my sister's sons passed.
Okay, I have the one that passed first. Did one have an overdose or an accident or something quick like this? Quick.
He committed suicide.
I'm sorry. Was that the older sister's son?
The first
Yeah.
it would have been the one under.
Okay, that's fine. So one took their life, and then the other one went quickly too, honey?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I want to hear. I just get the one. I'm trying to get his name. It would be the first passing. It's not that, and I don't have a lot of time. It's not that the other one does not want to come through, but there is rehab in heaven. There's no condemnation with taking your life because the motivation was right. He was depressed, hon. Your nephew, the one that took his life, was very down, in emotional pain.
Jason?
It's nothing that his parents did. This is genetically linked somehow. Maybe it's on the father's side. I don't know. But they're both in heaven. And listen to me. They'll both be there tomorrow for you on Thanksgiving Day around the table. All right, darling?
Okay.
I can't go on and on, but watch for a tattoo that comes up sometimes. A memorial tattoo, darling. Somebody's thinking about it. Somebody's thinking about it. Okay?
Thank you, Julie, for calling in. Have a happy Thanksgiving, hon.
Bye-bye, honey.
Thank you. Same to you. Happy. Bye-bye.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I want to just address the issue of suicide.
You were reading my mind. Okay.
We always do this, John.
Yes, we do.
It's the motivation behind the act that there's no condemnation. It is a choice. But the motivation behind the act, if one is filled with greed or revenge or anger or to spite someone else and they take their life, it's a different motive from one that's in mental pain, emotional pain, or physical pain. So when that soul makes transition, these things are weighed to a point, and they are also welcomed, John, with open arms. That has to be said, because I have counseled for 25 years so many parents who have lost children. Lately, it's been overdoses, lots and lots of overdoses. It's rampant throughout the country, and also suicide too. So anyhow, God bless you, Julie. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Now your
And,
book,
just because the other nephew didn't come through doesn't mean he doesn't love his family.
Okay. Now your
All right.
book, Michele, Living in the Afterlife, you talk about suicide and go into more detail about that so folks can get your book, Living in the Afterlife, right?
Right. As far as I know, from 33 souls that came through to communicate about what heaven is like, I have a chapter on suicide, and there are different areas of frequencies of light. God is the highest light. Most of us go right to the light, but those that have commit heinous crimes or tortured others, that kind of thing, they go to an area that's a sub-frequency area called the gray area, where they wander. And this isn't necessarily for suicides. It depends, like I said, on the motivation behind the act. But they do wonder, and heavenly volunteers come down, bless them, to help these souls to get to the light. Many of them sleep. Many of them don't know they're passed on. When I say that in a war situation sometimes, and we've talked about this too, and I know you're going to mention Astral City again.
You're reading my mind. I'm just
we do it all the time, Sir John, all the time.
Oh, my Lord. Yes.
You're the best co-host in the world. But anyhow, there are rehab centers in heaven, but there's also a hospital setting where if someone's really thrown out of their body, thrust out very, very quickly, sometimes they get a little disoriented. And so there's a hospital setting for them to wake up in so that they feel secure. Oh, it's a fascinating book.
Yes.
People love it.
I actually
really do.
Yeah, I love the book. I couldn't put it down. I had it on my computer. I had it on my phone. I was reading it everywhere I go. I love it. And it's a pretty fast read because you devour the information. You want so much of it. And it's all told from different accounts, from different spirits that, that you've either worked with or some of them are even famous. So it's always interesting to hear their narrative.
It started with my mother, for those that are just now doing. I know a lot of you are getting ready for Turkey Day tomorrow. But it started with my mother, Dorothy, 4 years ago. Then it led to other relatives coming through.
Mm-hmm.
It led to my clients who have passed on, friends that are passed, and actually celebrities. One's a very famous singer, and another
Yeah.
lady came up to me on Sunday and said, is that comedian who I think it is that took his life? And
Yeah.
I said, yes. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I say names, sometimes I don't.
Right.
But I was shocked when some of them came through.
Yeah.
And some I've never met from the 1600s, 1700s.
Yeah.
So it really does run the gamut of all different ages and centuries and so on.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad Lori's not in the chat room because I know that she got to see the movie Astral City recently.
Yes.
And the funny thing about Astral City, and you knew I was going to bring it up, was because it takes place after a man commits suicide, but he doesn't intentionally commit suicide, which is a very interesting topic to get into. You know how they say you're going to kill yourself by going, if you keep going this route, if you keep, whatever it is that you're doing to excess.
Yes.
So, and he wasn't a very kind person. So it's very interesting, like how you describe in your book, it's you're going to see that brought to life in this movie. It's pretty incredible. I can't wait till you see it. So, all right.
Well, in fact, Lori did attend on Sunday, and she got so excited. She said, I watched Astral City.
Oh.
John Williams. You're becoming very well known on the East Coast, John
Oh,
Williams.
it's all because of you. It's all about you. That's it. And I just love, like I said, I love doing this show with you, Sonny. So thank you so much. Let's get to our next call if you're ready. And I believe it's 520. Is this Leanne?
Hi, this is Leanne.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi, John and Michelle. I'm not sure I can adequately express my excitement and gratitude right now.
Oh, thank you so much. This is what the show's about, gratitude.
Exactly. Perfect topic.
Yay.
So what are you happy
Well, my
about?
birthday,
Your birthday?
what am I happy about? Yeah, my birthday's in a couple of days, and so, of course, I'm missing my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Okay.
wondering if I could connect with her and get any messages she might have for me.
Yes. All right, sweetheart. Mike, that's a beautiful name, Leanne. And I think your mother is through. Let me ask you something. Cancer symbol's coming up. It's not necessarily.
I have cancer rising.
Pardon?
I have cancer rising.
Oh, it's a sign, your zodiac sign. I didn't mean it like that. I
Yes.
meant the condition of cancer.
Oh,
So somebody may have had it that passed from it. Hopefully they don't have it now. But I'm hearing it. And I don't usually do astrology. I don't usually get zodiac signs. But I do have to say, keep up with your health. I do have your mother through. Oh my gosh. She still tucks you in at night, Leanne. She says, tell my baby girl that I love her. And she says, tell her not to give up. Your mother's speaking to you now. And that's a personal message for you, not to give up. This could be on the emotional level or your soul journey. You've had some setbacks, sweetheart. You've had not just loss, but I also have to say you're empathic. Do you know that? That you are an empath as well? You know?
mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're very sensitive. And I also want to say that there's a tablecloth that was handed down. Now, I don't know if that comes from your mother's mother, because I actually have your mother's mother here too. And she's talking about setting the table, and she's talking about dishes. I don't know if you have dishes or your mother had your grandmother's dishes, but the dishes are important, sweetheart. Do you know who got your grandmother's dishes? Do you have any idea?
I don't know.
Would you?
Yeah, don't know about dishes. I have silverware.
All right. Well, she wants you to set a good table. Not a fancy table, but very neat. And your mother was a very organized person. She was a very neat lady. I love her. And your name's interesting. There was a lot of thought about your name, Leanne, the way you got your name. And I think that's very interesting. I don't know if there's a Lee or an Ann anywhere in your family, but it was a long, hard decision about your name. And oh my goodness, who may have lost a child, sweetheart? Miscarriage?
My mother she had multiple miscarriages. I think I might have been her 6th conception.
Oh, my heavens. Well, she has the souls with her. And I know she lost several, but one is very important, and one's very close to you, by the way. And it's a female. She lost one of her miscarriages was a female. And this female watches out for you. And you get yourself down, Leanne. Do you understand? And we were talking about, the economy and the country. Because you're empathic, please try to remain upbeat. I hope you're not watching a lot of news, Leanne.
No, I don't watch the news at all.
Okay, and soft music would be perfect. Anything with chords. Piano music would be great to listen to, for you to listen to.
Okay.
In fact, your grandmother pushes a piano in here. So I don't know if anybody liked piano or piano lessons, but I do have to say music's important. Do you have a very quick question for Mother? I have Mother and Mother's mother. You have a quick questions for them, sweetie.
I guess I would like to know if I'm on the right path with my healing practice.
You are.
Healing.
You are.
Okay.
Patience is key, your mother says. I know you're a planner and you're organized like your mother. It's important not to leap too far ahead. Do you understand? To plan, but not stress over planning too far ahead. You've helped a lot of people. That's for sure, Leanne, in your work. And you're definitely on the right path. You're here to enlighten other people and to heal others on their path and to make a difference in this world. And it's very difficult when you're in a confined area to make a difference. When your mother says in this world, she's talking about the people you cross paths with, if you understand. You've given a lot of good advice, sweetie. A lot of good advice to others. You've helped a lot of other people. So try to remain upbeat. I'm glad that you're happy. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And you don't look your age, your mother tells me. I don't know who you are. People think you're young.
A lot, actually.
Yeah, I know you do, because your mother says, my daughter doesn't look, she looks younger than her age. It's that essence about you. It's that inner child about you, Leanne. So just know you're loved. Listen, is there an August connection anywhere? Would you watch?
Not that I'm aware
Would
of.
you watch for August, sweetheart, please? Your mother brings this up.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's conception of a baby in family, a grandchild, a great-grandchild, but watch for August, all right? Would you?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, Leanne. Thank you, honey.
Oh, thank you so much, Michelle. I really appreciate it.
God bless, hon. Have a great Turkey Day.
Thanks, Leanne. Happy Thanksgiving to you. All the best.
You too. Thanks, John.
Sure thing. All right. Wow.
She's an empath.
Yes. And we were talking about that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know they are. So empathic people, and let me just clarify it again, will wake up in the morning, they feel great, and they go to work. And by mid-afternoon, 3 o'clock, they're down on the floor, either emotionally or physically tired.
Yeah.
What they've done is imbibed everybody's energy. So again, white lighting, and we talked about the golden light that you can pretend in the shower that comes down over you. The chakra colors, the different colors, you can cleanse yourself that way in the shower. So there's many ways to protect.
Right.
And that's in my book, Messages from Beyond.
I was just about to ask, is the impasse section in Messages from Beyond. Okay.
You know what we should do? Just nod from now on.
Well, one of these days you'll be able to see me. That so that'll be funny. Okay, so let's move on to our next caller. I think we have Jeremy on the line. Jeremy from 717.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Michelle.
What's your question?
I kind of know I'm already an empath.
You're an empath?
Yes. I know that myself.
Oh.
Not sure how to understand some of it.
Are you protecting yourself, Jeremy, every day? That's important.
Trying to.
Okay. When you wake up in the morning, go to that mirror and visualize beautiful white light around yourself. That's another way to protect. And just say, please, dear Lord, protect me this day physically, mentally, emotionally, protect my auric field and my soul, and let me only attract situations and people for my highest good. Those that are negative around you, that come towards you, the energy will deflect if you do that, Jeremy. How do you know you're an empath? You just feel sensitive around other people?
I kind of figured it out like maybe 20 years ago.
So are you protecting?
I think I'm protecting my kid more than myself.
Oh, you need to protect yourself. Absolutely. You don't want to get ill. If you don't protect yourself, you'll get so stressed, and then your immune system goes down, Jeremy. And did you mention your son, sir? You have a son?
I have a daughter.
Daughter? Okay. So watch for a little boy coming into family somewhere. It's going to be a surprise, Jeremy. And how are you doing at work? There's a gentleman here that's a grandfather figure for you. And he says, don't get yourself down. You got to keep on with things. So is work situation okay for you right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right. Because of your sensitivity, you're also very creative. So, and independent to a point. So if anybody pushes you, that also pulls you down. You're not to be pushed or roped into anything, Jeremy. And relationships, I know you have a question and you're holding back. So I'm going to lead you into it. I know it. How's your relationship? I have to laugh because I know you're holding back.
I've been married for 8 years and actually enjoying every day of it.
You are?
My wife's very supportive.
Beautiful. But what question would you have over and above being an empath, over and above your life? It sounds pretty good. Now's your chance.
I think I can actually heal people too.
You can send them absentee healing. Have you ever done laying on of hands?
Yeah, I can actually feel the energy from my hands come out. I can make a bubble between them.
Good. And you can start with just a simple headache. You know, if you put your hand on somebody's forehead, you can pull out the headache. I do that too, and I can feel the energy going down my arm and going out my elbow. That's how I pull pain out of people. So I'm a lot like you. I don't do the bubble, but my hands get real hot and tingly. I don't mention that a lot, but then I can feel the pain just literally coming down and going out my elbow. So do you know how to release the person's pain? I hope
I usually just absorb it in.
Oh.
No. That's what I'm supposed to tell you, honey, along with protection. If someone has a backache and you're going to put your hand on their back, you know, you say a little prayer, please let me help them, Lord, whatever. And when you feel that bubble, when you feel that energy, okay, go down your arm, which you will, you got to release it somewhere. You can visualize it going up into space or down to the center of the earth, but you got to get rid of that because you're holding on to it. Your auric field's pretty bright, but there's some gray patches there. And all that is just holding on to certain things, certain people, certain dramas in people's lives. Let me put it that way. Okay, Jeremy?
That was my question. How to get rid of it.
What took you so long? That's what I was going around about. That's what you do, honey. You visualize that.
I think I know which grandfather it is too.
Yeah. Well, he liked to get out and walk. That's for sure. And he's created a space in heaven with pine trees and like open land, green meadows. What a wonderful soul he is. He was very kind when he was on earth. And you're his boy. That's what he says. You know, tell Jeremy he's my boy. So you were one of the favorites, if not the favorite, sir. Well, listen, good luck with you. Good luck with your healing. Remember what I'm telling you. When you start to feel it, you must get it out of yourself. Okay?
And did your book explain
Okay.
that, Michele, where he could read more about that?
I don't think I have, the book is so extensive,
Sure.
Messages from Beyond, but I don't think I have anything on healing, although I may.
Okay.
I wrote it a few years ago.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you have several other
don't-
books too, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And Jeremy, go on my website, please, Michele1LLivingston.com, and look at the books. And also email me on my fan page. I'll answer your questions about this. See, this show takes on a life of its own. We try to keep a subject and then it goes off, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Good luck, Jeremy.
Thanks, Jeremy. Happy
you.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
All right. So
Well, we have a male that's an empath, and he knows it, and he's a healer.
That's great.
Fantastic.
And
It's
I think you
fantastic.
really helped him with teaching him how to let go of it rather than absorbing it, because that's just, that's not good. I mean, I think we've discussed in the past maybe about conscious and unconscious empaths. People who feel that by healing or helping someone to heal, they're helping them in some way, but often too, people are going through their own life's journeys and their own life's lessons. And sometimes if you take that on for them, it becomes a heavier load to bear than what you realize. And then that person ends up sometimes even being resentful of the fact that you helped heal them, because this was something they were meant to go through, which I know sounds sort of out there, but it is very much the truth.
True. Well, what happens, disease starts out in the etheric world and starts to come closer and closer into the body, and it lands or goes into different parts of our body where there are some problems or contention.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that too. We'll do a show on healing.
Yeah, that'll be great. Great. All right. So we have several callers that are waiting, and we already have like maybe 10 minutes left of the show. Michele, why don't you give me a number from 3 to 13?
Let me do 3.
Number 3. All right. This is a 717 call.
That's my fan.
Yeah,
Nice.
717-982 is on the line. And
Hello?
can we have your name, please?
Hi.
Hi,
It's
dear. Amber.
Hi.
Pretty name,
Yeah.
Amber. Happy Thanksgiving, honey.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
What is your question?
Wow. I just want to know who's with me. I lost my grandma pretty quickly, and my husband's brother, he had passed away a year ago, and I just want to know who's with me.
Okay. I have a grandmother figure through. She's old school, which means she doesn't come in fancy. She doesn't want to project fixed up. A little more on the plain side, Amber. As far as the in-law goes, sometimes I get them through and sometimes I do not get them through. It depends how long they've been passed. I want to tell you this, how strong their energy is and their will is and what they're doing on the other side. So we all go through life reviews, all right? And I'm not getting the in-law through, but I am getting your grandmother. She wants to give you a stuffed toy, Amber. That's adorable. So you might have collected them when you were growing up, liked them, or do you have children, sweetheart? Do you have children?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I have 2 girls. I have a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Oh, bless them. She has a pink teddy bear, and she wants to give it to the 2-year-old. And I have to tell you something, sweetheart. The 2-year-old sees your grandmother. Children in the formative years 1 to 5, they can see spirits, as we know, because their soul hasn't been in their body very long. Do you know she sees your grandmother?
Yeah, my 2-year-old's the only one who never did get to meet my grandmother of my 2 kids. My oldest did. She had time with her and stuff, but my youngest wasn't around whenever my grandmother had passed.
Well, guess what? She was with your grandmother in the soul group in heaven, and your grandmother watched her soul before it was sent down. Isn't that interesting? So she watches out for your little one. You don't have to physically know them, you know. The soul can see and know you, sweetie. All right? I don't know if you're planning any more children, Amber. I don't know if you are. There was supposed to have been a boy come to you. So do you want any more children?
I do, but not for a little while.
You're on the fence because your grandmother
Yeah.
has a baby in a blue blanket. She wants to hand it down to you. So if you don't want any, take precautions. Amber, would you please?
No, as a matter of fact, that actually really makes me put my mind towards it.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That was a pun. It's up to you, sweetie. The rocking. She says, get the rocking chair out. So I don't know if you rocked your other little girls, but she's gonna rock your little boy. She's gonna rock your little boy after he's born. Oh. And I want you to ask your 2-year-old about her if she sees her, because children are very expressive. And I know she comes in to her room at night. And there's a night light. Where is that? Is that in her room, the 2-year-old? A night light?
They usually keep the TV on just so that it's a light in there.
There has to be a night light. Would you please get them?
I have a night light in the bathroom.
Okay. All right. Would you mind getting your little girl's night lights? Your grandmother is asking you to do this. Something with wings, like a butterfly or an angel. And she wants to give you an angel, Amber. So she either collected them or she had them at Christmas time, like ornaments.
She loved angels. That was one of the things she collected.
Right. I know. Because she shows me a whole shelf of angels, but she wants to take one and give you one. And hopefully you'll have one of her angels someday. Do you have any now? She wants you to have 1 or 2 of them, honey.
I don't have any that she had. She had gave me an angel years ago that had my birthstone in it, and I still have that.
Well, just guess what? You're going to get another one from your grandma. She wants you to have another one. So you're her angel, honey. You're her earth angel, Amber. And remember about the little boy. It's going to be a surprise. So have a good Thanksgiving, sweetie.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bless you, hon.
Thank you, Amber.
Thanks. Bye.
Take care, hon.
Thank you. You too.
These announcements come out, and on my Facebook page, somebody yesterday posted a picture with their brand new little girl grandbaby, and that was in their reading a year ago. So sometimes,
yes,
down from heaven they fall, John.
Right. Well, people are asking where they can get your book, Michele. So they can go to your site. They can also go on Amazon and pretty much any place books are sold?
Yes.
Okay.
From my website, and they can also call me. My number is 717-737-3888.
Okay.
And that's also on my website.
Okay, great. Now, we do have some comments coming in from the chat room, and I want to do my best to interject them in between calls. And Leanne is saying, what's the best way to positively impact the collective consciousness of humanity?
Okay. To impact. Just to think of the world, okay? Think of the globe and put it out. Remove yourself from Earth. Look at the Earth in your mind in the distance and just surround it with white light.
Okay.
And remember that we're all unified. We're all part of one. We tend to separate from each other. And that's human nature. Yeah. But we're all part of one. Yeah, I would say to white light. What would you say, John, on that? I'm curious.
Yeah, I would also invite in your guidance to help elevate the consciousness of the planet. So whatever your spirit guides, your angels that you work with, to definitely do that ritual, as you said, Michele, but just in bringing your guidance to assist with helping you.
Yeah, exactly.
And the world, you and the world.
Yeah.
Because
prayer is important. And I'm an advocate of that. I'm also an ordained minister.
Yeah.
But I believe in the power. I've seen it work, the power of prayer.
Right.
So another way, Leanne, would be to send some prayers up. Please give us peace. Please unify this world. We can only do our part. We're just a drop in the ocean, right?
Right. Exactly. But we have the ripple effect. Yes, the ripple effect in that ocean, right?
Yep.
So John was posting a comment from, I guess, from Facebook Live, because we do not see those comments, folks, until after the show. But John in the chat room posted one saying, although I didn't know my father, he left the family when I was 2. I dreamt that I helped him pass over around 2005. I remember asking him to trust me, and I took his hand and I flew off into the light. Did this really happen? I'm not even sure how to ask the question. Is what the
Yeah, it did happen. We leave and go into the astral world. The soul can leave before we pass on. And this person, is his name John?
No, John in the chat room is posting it on behalf of this person who, so I read it verbatim.
Yeah, yeah, you can help someone to pass over. A lot of times hospice workers do this, but we can help loved ones as well.
Okay.
Dreams are significant. When we dream of them, we're astrally out of our body, up meeting them in a different zone as their souls come down from the higher frequency to meet us. So that definitely happened.
Okay.
And anyone listening who has a loved one that is lingering and dragging on, they can actually walk them through the tunnel. There's a portal between worlds. So they just visualize the person that needs to let go from this earth plane. They take their hand in their mind's eye. They walk them down a tunnel. And the light gets bigger and brighter, and they say, go to the light, go in peace, you've lived a good life. So it gives them permission to let go. And you don't have to physically sit with them, but you can do it telepathically to their conscious mind, but also their soul mind. And then you just float back into your body. That's another way, and that's been done a lot.
Wow.
People that possibly, not necessarily comas, but I know my mother was down to 70 pounds and she just didn't want to let go. So I helped her. I walked her through the tunnel and she passed 2 days later.
Wow.
God bless her.
Yeah.
We don't want anyone to suffer.
No, not at all. A lot of times too, right, they're working still unfinished business before they cross over, or they're going in and out of that state while they are in the hospital bed. They're working, they're making plans, they're getting everything prepared on the other side for their arrival. Is that correct?
That's absolutely.
Okay.
So Alzheimer patients, many times, when they're lucid, their soul's firmly implanted in their body. When they're mumbling, the soul is up out of the body. So in that situation, John, with Alzheimer, the soul's coming and going. In a coma, many times the soul's just up out of the body, looking down. But yeah, the soul can come, and we astral at night. I'm probably meeting you in the astral world tonight. What's our subject next week?
Yeah, that's
Michelle?
funny. That's funny. All right. So I have a few more here.
Sure.
We have callers that are still trying to call in, but I want to let people know we prioritize the calls from the chat room. So we do take calls from the general queue, but we do prioritize from the chat room. So if you're in the chat room and you let me know what area code and phone number you're calling from, I can go into the queue and get you on the line quicker, just to let you know. And then we also have Michelle pick numbers at random, which helps me, get the callers on the line. And sometimes we just,
A few people, I'll say this again, on Sunday said to me, I wait on the line and I'm watching you on your fan page, but how do I get to the chat room? And so I give them UBN's website.
Yes.
And channel 2. So
yes. So they join us in the chat by just clicking on go to UBNradio.com. Then there is a button on the side there that says channel 2. You click channel 2. It will pop up a screen for you to pick your social media login, which could be Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Google, whatever you want. And then you log in with those credentials and it will put you into the chat room and we'll be able to see your comments live during the show. For some reason, we can't see them with Facebook because they scroll too quickly and we're limited maybe to see maybe 4 of them at a time. And so we just use this chat room as a way of, interjecting as best we can during the show. But I know Stephanie's in the chat room. I want to give a big shout out to Stephanie.
Hi,
such a loyal listener of the show. And I know she's also in the queue. So let's get her on the phone just to say hello. 978-412. Hi, Steph.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, thank you so
Happy
much.
Thanksgiving.
I'm doing well. I can definitely relate to kind of like the blues from the world that we're living in, and I kind of have the holiday blues right now.
Yes.
Do you?
And your show always lifts me up.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Did anything touch you tonight? Did you learn anything, or what subject did you like tonight that was covered, Stephanie? Just curious.
I definitely like the idea of conscious manifestation. I think it's something that I'm always striving for and trying my best, making my list and thinking positive. Music helps a lot. I listen to music every day. Keeps me encouraged, but I have my moments.
Well, remember, I am now.
We all do.
Yeah, we all do. I am now very happy and grateful for. So what you want, even if it's inner peace, put that down. Mm-hmm. I am now very happy and grateful for inner peace, for whatever. And I do have to say, you're just a lovely spirit, sweetheart. I see golden light around you.
Yeah.
See golden light around you.
And a golden voice. I mentioned that on the show last week. Karen Carpenter, that golden voice of hers.
My name means crowned one, so that's kind of funny, the whole the crown.
Really? Your name, is that what it means?
Stephanie means crowned one.
Oh boy. Well, you got a golden one, sweetie. And you're the one with the Karen Carpenter song then. That's right.
Yes, love her. I'm actually going to see a Christmas show. I saw a sign again on the highway, the digital sign that said Carpenter's Christmas Show. So they have a tribute artist that's doing the show in my town, and I'm going, and I'm so excited.
Oh, that's
fantastic. Great. Yeah, that's all meant to be, isn't it, hon?
Yeah, I think Karen must know I'm like thinking a lot about her music or singing a lot about I said, like, thanks, Karen.
Yeah, and that's interesting you said that, because when we think of those that we love, or even those that we have enjoyed listening to in the past, it does help to pull their energy down, Stephanie. So
yeah, I'm convinced that she's around.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure she visits her family more than me, but when I sing, I feel like I feel her warmth, like her voice was so warm and like open and like transparent, and like I always feel that when I sing.
Yes,
her
and
music,
she could be from your soul group, just because you haven't crossed paths physically with her this lifetime, she could still be from your soul group in heaven, and that's the connection there. Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting?
That's awesome. It is very interesting.
So you're a sweetheart, and you're wearing a golden crown, and we love you.
I love you guys too.
Take care, Steph.
Great to hear from you, Steph. Happy Thanksgiving, hon. Take care.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, sweet.
Bye.
Wow. Okay. So we do have a response, it looks like, from the chat room saying, my mother was passing away. She was really hanging on, similar to your description of your mother. So I performed a chakra releasing ritual to help her leave her body. She passed over a few hours later. Was she aware of me helping her?
Yes. Mm-hmm. We can feel energy even up to the very end. And that's an excellent, did they leave a name?
Nope.
No, it doesn't matter. That's an excellent way to do that, to open the chakras. And just visualize the soul leaving. We are connected at the solar plexus by an invisible silver cord. And also the top of the head is very important for the soul to come and go, and the solar plexus. Mm-hmm. So when that cord snaps, it's goodbye. We're off to heaven. But I would like to learn more about that. So if they go to my fan page, I would love them to talk to me about that in detail.
Yeah, and I put the link in the Facebook. Your Facebook fan page link is in the chat room there. So it looked like it was the same person who commented earlier on Facebook. So
good.
Yeah. So just to let people know, go to Michelle's Facebook, The People's Medium, and post your questions and comments about the show. Be sure to share the show. You can also get it on Stitcher, on iTunes, on Spreaker, all these different podcast outlets, and also on UBNradio.com. And the video will be posted on YouTube. So
yes,
you can always go back, and it's always great to review. I always go back and listen back to the show and learn more, because in the moment you're so busy processing everything. So it's just so I always like to go back and listen as a listener and really absorb the information, because
and we run the gamut here, don't we?
Yes, we do. Like we say, it's sort of spirit in motion. We start out with a particular topic, and spirit takes it on a life of its own, and that's just how it works. People are meant to hear what they're meant to hear, and connect with who they're meant to connect with, and we had a few calls we didn't get to tonight, but we'll be back. Are we back next week? I don't know. I don't think we're back next week because you're going to do. You're out of. Right.
Yes.
Yes. So it will be an actual pre-recorded show for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm actually having a little surgery. So anybody out there that wants to pray for me.
Yes. Let's talk about that really quick, Michele. Not about the surgery in particular, but about the fact that, I see on Facebook all the time, please send prayers, thoughts. How does that work? And what do we do in that case?
Well, just surround the person with a lot of light and prayer.
Okay.
Pray for their well-being.
Mm-hmm.
I usually don't talk about my health, but I would never get off the show except for something major.
Right.
And it's not major surgery, but I just want people to know that they'll be watching a TV show that I had at one time next Wednesday.
Okay.
And then I'm back on. And we're going to have an interesting gourmet clairvoyant coming up.
Oh, cool.
Which she can actually taste food. We're going to have her around Christmas time, so I hope people are watching and listening.
Uh-huh.
She's fascinating, and she can tell you what recipes your great-grandmother used, and she's a nice lady. So I'm going to just get all that together on my website, and you'll learn more about that coming up.
That's Janie, right?
Yes.
The gourmet clairvoyant, or there's another word for when you smell as a sense, as a spiritual sense, right?
Yeah.
Is it clairgustance? And yours is
I don't know.
Taste.
She tastes. I've never.
That's so bizarre, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah.
Spirit sense of taste. I wonder what that would be. Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is for me.
Yeah.
And I talk to her, and she's lovely, and she gets information from that. So it's not about giving recipes; it's about getting old recipes. Many times people will say to me, my grandmother made something a certain way, a pie or cookies, and I don't know the missing ingredient because she never wrote it down. Well, ask Janie. Janie will taste it. I'm serious, and give it to you.
Wow.
She's a fascinating person.
I saw her reel, and I was, and when she had different readings, and some people were skeptical, and man, she really turned them into believers.
That's right.
So
her,
the power of taste.
Her website will be up.
Mm-hmm.
So people watch for that, and we'll get ready for her. And I think she's going to be in your studio in California, actually.
Yeah, so she'll be here, and you'll be in Pennsylvania, and we'll do a relay.
We will.
That'll be fun.
East Coast, West Coast.
We'll have to get you here in studio soon.
I know. I'm going to fly out one of these days.
I would love that.
And also, Ohio. Now, wait till you hear this. You're from Ohio, aren't you?
Yes.
All right. So here we go on Sunday. A couple people said, "Is John going to Ohio for Thanksgiving?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know where he's going."
Well, that's funny because I was thinking about it. I was thinking of coming to visit you on the way there because that would be so close, Pennsylvania and Ohio. But one of these times we'll see. We'll see. I know stuff Christmas, but it's so, the planning on all that. Well, we'll work something out. But I just want to remind people, where do they get your books? We got the Living in the Afterlife, Experiences from the Soul Place, and we have Messages from Beyond, which we discussed a little bit today, and that is at Michele Livingston. That's one L-M-I-C-H-E-L-E, Livingston.com. And also, they were asking if they could get it digitally, which I think they can get it on Kindle or electronic. Okay,
yes.
Okay, great. So wonderful. So if you're not wanting to wait for the book to arrive by the mail, you can get it digitally, which is great. All right, well, always a pleasure, hon. Thank you so much. And let's give a shout out to Tony Sweet.
Tony.
Yeah, he's also recovering from surgery. So that's another reason I asked that question. When people say sending, good thoughts and healing energy, you hear it all the time, but how do people do it? And so I just wanted to maybe define that for our audience. So we'll be doing that for you next week and leading up to it, sweetheart. So big hugs to you, and can't wait to have you back.
I can't wait either. And our closing statement, remember to be kind.
Yes, exactly. And be the ripple effect, right? And I think that was earlier when you were asking the question, how can we raise the consciousness of the planet? I think maybe through random acts of kindness, just, going around and being kind and doing random acts of kindness is a really good way of doing that too. So, all right. Well, love you. Big hugs. Take care, everybody.
Happy Turkey Day.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye-bye.